This is just a quick video about the irrational hatred of America. Now, I purposely said the irrational hatred of America, not the, believe me, all the reasons you hate America, I already know, and I probably agree. So don't, remember, I'm an atheist, I'm a liberal, I'm all the things, but, okay. Here's what. There's a video called American Universities Dominate the World for Now. This was the Young Turks University thing. Now, understand something about universities. They're closer to the scientific community rather than businesses. Basically, the video, all it said was that when statistics are taken, not from people within the U.S., the U.S. higher universities are number one like every time, and it's not going the other way. Definitely how many people were graduating from those universities is going down. My point is not to defend the U.S. It's that, and after like 2 minutes, that video had 88 thumbs down when there is nothing objectionable about that video at all. They even listed the things America sucks at, so people would realize that they're not like, oh, we're number one. No. Statistically, that just happens to be the case. What amazes me is how much hatred is on. Oh, come on! Your hatred of America, there's rational hatred, and then there's irrational hatred. Just because America does it doesn't mean you're not irrational if you do it too. For instance, like when tourists come to America, some Americans get really annoyed. I'm patient. I'm rational. I'd like to think I am. You know, other people are like, they should speak English, or they shouldn't speak a different language around us. It's rude. I don't have an opinion on that, because normal people don't have an opinion on that. If someone next to me is speaking Spanish, I don't know Spanish, I don't. That affects me in no way. And if you have an opinion on that, yeah, you don't have perspective. Okay, anyway, if you're one of the people who thumbed that video down, you have an irrational hatred of America. No one is saying America's number one just because we are. No, that just happened to be. How much you hate America for other reasons has nothing to do with this story. So, you know, I always was like, the right wing is just being silly when they say people have a deep, desperate hatred of America. They do. Like, there's a bunch of people from, like, Denmark and Sweden, like, America, by the way, I'm from Denmark. And then some ignorant fucktard is like, well, what has Denmark done for the world? I guess if those are the only people you see, then yeah, I would thumb that down too. It's like, America is absolute shit. But come on, you know, thinking that America is all rednecks because they're the ones that have the most pull on this party, or, well, more like plutocrats, is like thinking that everyone in the Middle East is like the Taliban. If you feel that way, then you have an irrational hatred of America that's just not consistent with the data. America's like 32 in everything else. 32. We're like just above Cyprus in education. I didn't even know Cyprus was a country because I was educated in America. No, seriously, my public education was atrocious. They gave the help I needed. Instead, I got punished, so... Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say, is some of you have an irrational hatred of the U.S. It's like, oh, did you know U.S. is the best in bumper stickers? Oh, that's bullshit. The U.S. is not best in anything. You're terrible. Come on. Calm down. Breathe. America is the thorn in almost every first world country's side. If you are against the very concept that by the way, America's universities are the best. Now, granted, the scientists leave after they graduate from our universities, and a lot of people are like, oh, they're only the best because foreign people come over. That doesn't really make any sense. They're not staying. Therefore, they can't make a difference. It's like, it's not like standardized testing. It's not like the public education system. It's not the same. The universities are closer to the scientific community. If there's data, data trumps opinion. That's another video I'm going to make, but just so you know, your opinion is worth 2 shits and a crap. If there's data, you shut your fucking mouth, basically. The data rules no matter what. Now, it's complicated, but, yeah, so a lot of you have an irrational hatred, or at least these people, because it's like, this video wasn't even, in the video, they even mentioned things that they didn't like, that the US is like 32. Come on, people! We can't be number one in this one thing. Granted, we're not the ones saying we're number one. That's those separate from the academic community, that is colleges and stuff, and the scientific community. The well, I don't want to say, I want to stop using that word. The morons are the ones that, oh, number one! Yeah! If you're one of the assholes who thumb that down just because, in this one situation, because of how closely the scientific community is tied in with the academic community, higher education, you know, not the public school system or anything lower than that is absolute shit. I even heard that the charter schools aren't actually doing better than public schools. Also, they're allowed to pick which students, so they pick the ones with the high. But even then, now private schools are different. Not talking about private schools, though I guess charters from there. What am I talking? Anyway, yeah. So you're stupid if you thumb that down, or if you went on there and you're like, So yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. Try not to have an irrational hatred of anything. For instance, a lot of atheists have an irrational hatred for Islam, as if you converted everyone there to Christianity, they wouldn't just do those things in the name of Christianity. Dude, they live in the desert. They're in, like, the shittiest place you could live, with the worst economy you could have, and the most oppressive situations. You could worship Batman and kill people in the name of Batman. We're in the shittiest, after the war in Iraq, there was literally liquid rivers of shit because the sewage system was going down. We haven't had that here since the 1800s. So, now, again, I'm not saying I like Islam. I like it the least of the 3 main monotheisms, but I'm just talking about irrational, hatred. It's like, irrationality is the reason those things are happening. It doesn't matter whether you're being irrational. If you believe something in spite of or regardless of the evidence, you're part of the problem. But, yeah. I guess I'm just venting. But yeah, try not to have an irrational hatred of America. There's enough stuff to hate us for that's normal. Try not to be, anytime we say we're number one statistically in anything, don't freak the fuck out. Calm down and listen to the video. Be rational, and until my next video, try to make the world a better place, and I will too.